Hey y'all, it's me again, the Rock Doctor, coming at you live with another installment of Easy Rock Songs for Beginners. This tune is another one of my favorites. It's on my band set list. It's Over My Head by King's X. It was released in 1989 on the Gretchin Goes To Nebraska album. So let me outline the parts. There's not that many, and they're pretty easy to do, and they're super freaking cool. All right. Here is the main part. Now you'll hear that all over the verse. Now let's talk about what I did there. So we've got power chords. The first little section is a D to E power chord on the with a root note on the A string 5th fret. The old 2-finger guy. So here that is. Here's my D. I'll put a little vibrato on that E at the 7th fret. The next move. On the top string, I'm going to play the open E muted and then fret the 3rd fret and then pull off. Like that. So now we've got this. Followed by, after that, we've got C, D, E. So now if you put that together, here's what we've got. The second part, D to E again. And then this awesome run that I've never heard anybody do before. Now, what is that run? Well, I start on the D string and I pull off from the 2nd fret to open. Then I'm going to go to the A string and pull off from 4 to open. Then the top string I'm going to pull off from 3 to open. And finish it up with the old Hendrix chord, a C7 sharp 9. This guy. So how do you play that thing? Check it out. Index fingers on the A string 3rd fret. Middle fingers on the G string 3rd fret. There it is. And then my ring fingers on the B string 4th fret. Also important to note that the D string is muted. So here's that run again. Now here's the whole thing one more time. Okay. Now the next part is kind of like I don't know what to call it. Kind of like a bridgey thing. Here's what it is. Listen. You kind of back your volume down. Oh, and I'm still going to be crunchy though a little bit. And that's basically it. So what I had there was D7 sharp 9. That's that same chord shape we just had, but now I'm up in the 5th position. Check it out. I've got the A string 5, G string 5, B string 6. Move it up a fret, move it up another fret, little vibrato. Then I'm going to slide from that 7th position, E7 sharp 9, up 1 fret, and come back and vibrato it. So the whole thing there is like that. And that happens a whole bunch. So you've only got 2 parts to deal with so far. After the first short solo, there's another part just like that leads into the long solo. And if I remember right, it's something like this. It starts with that D7 sharp 9. And then 17 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Slide out. And then that badass solo comes in. Oh my God. And that's an incredible solo. Lots of soul, a little flash, lots of blues inflection in it. Oh my God. We're not going to cover the solo today, but wow, what a great solo. Okay. Next, there's towards the end, there's this really quiet bridge thing that happens, and the first thing you hear really is a piano off in the distance, and I like to simulate it. So if you want to simulate that bluesy piano chord that's happening there, here's what I've got. I'm going to go to my clean sound, and here's what I'm going to play. My index finger is going to be on the high E string at 12. Then I'm going to take my ring finger and play the B string 15. And then I'm going to use my pinky and play the G string 16. And you put all that together like this. And it kind of covers that whole section. But eventually, there's a clean guitar part and a bass part too, I think, that goes with it. And that would be this. Listen. E, G, D, E. Over and over. Mom, G, open, G, D, E. So let's talk about that. I basically got a one finger E power chord there, look. So my index finger is covering the A string second fret, and it's laying down, muting all the other strings. So you can just take a wild strum at it. I hit the open E with the A string, 2, 3, 4. Then I've got what I call a rocker G. So I've got my middle finger on the third fret of the low E. I've got my ring finger on the B string third fret. And then I've got my pinky on the high E string, also on the third fret. And I strum all the way through. The A string is muted the whole time, hear it? Then I go to a D chord, and even though I'm fingering the bottom three strings, I'm really not playing the high string. I kind of miss it. You can even take your finger off and lean your ring finger over and deaden that string. Because that F sharp on top sounds a little too happy. So I usually leave it out by either not strumming it or choking it off. But here's that whole section again, just a couple times. E, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, in a cycle. And now the only thing left, I suppose, as far as parts are, the cool ending licks. So let's talk about that. Hopefully I remember them, huh? The first one is the original lick, which again was the D string. I pulled off on the D string from 2 to 0. Then I went to the A string and pulled off from 4 to 0. Then I went to the G string and pulled off from 3 to 0. The next one, this one reminds me of a lick from a Rush tune. Here's what I did there. On the D string, I pulled off from 7 to 5 to 4. Then I went to the A string and pulled off from 5 to 4. The last note is the 5th fret of the A string. Then there's one more lick at the end. I'm going to move up to the 7th position, and on the D string, I'm going to pull off from 9 to 7. Then I'm going to go over to the A string and pull off from 10 to 7. Then I'm going to hit an E7 sharp 9. Here's all of it together. And there's all the parts, pretty much. All right, so it's me, the Rock Doctor. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, order me a pizza, learn these cool songs, build up your set list, and have fun. All right, I'm out of here. Bye.